गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्रयवतो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः तां महावः जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनीं यस्यां हिरण्यं विन्देयं कामश्वं पुरुषानहम् अश्वपूर्वा रथमध्याम् हस्तिनादप्रबोधिनीं श्रियं देवीमुपह्वये श्रीर्माद्देवीर्जुषताम् कांसोऽस्मितां हिरण्यप्राकारामाद्रां ज्वलन्तीं रुद्रां तर्पयन्तीं पद्मेशिलां पद्मवर्णां तामिहोपह्वये श्रियं चन्द्रां प्रभासां यशसा ज्वलन्तीं श्रियं लोके देवजुष्टामुदारां तां पद्मिनीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये अलक्ष्मीर्मे नश्यतां त्वां वृणे आदित्यवर्णे तपसोदितावो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोऽधबिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसा रुदन्तु मायान्तरायाश्च बाह्या अलक्ष्मीः उपैतु मां देवसख कीर्तिश्च मणिना सह प्रादुर्भूतोऽस्मि राष्ट्रेऽस्मिन् कीर्तिवृद्धिं ददातु मे क्षुत्पिपासामलां ज्येष्ठामलक्ष्मीं नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतिमसमृद्धिं च सर्वां निर्नुदमे गृहात् गन्धद्वारान् दुराधर्षां नित्यपुष्टां करीषिणीम् ईश्वरीं सर्वभूतानां तामिहोपह्वये श्रियं मनसः काममापूतिं वाचः सत्यमसीमहि पशूनां रूपमन्नस्य आपः सृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्रीडवसमे गृहे निज देवीं मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
कर्दमेन last two.
कर्दमेन प्रजा भूता मयि सम्भव कर्दमा श्रियं वासय मे कुले मातरं पद्ममालिनी। आपःसृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लीतवसमे गृहे निज देवीं मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले।
आपःसृजन्तु
आपःसृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लीतवसमे गृहे निज देवीं मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले।
One more time. Mataram is incorrectly. Some people are saying incorrectly. Mataram, yeah, exactly. See, children are catching up very faster than obviously. Mataram is Mataram, not Mataram. One more time.
आपःसृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लीतवसमे गृहे निज देवीं मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले।
Okay, I'm going to have only Chandar chant. Okay. Yeah, serious. आपःसृजन्तु
आपःसृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लीतवसमे गृहे निज देवीं मातरं श्रियं मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले। मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले।
Everybody together.
आपःसृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लीतवसमे गृहे निज देवीं मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले।
Okay, very good. Will you please make sure your dad is chanting correctly next time onwards, yeah? She is perfect. You see, when she is chanting, you can see that according to the swara, her hand will go up and down and her head will also be very much synchronized with that. No laughing. It is like the whole body phenomenon. You know, chanting Veda is the entire system needs to get connected. Now, these two mantras, Kardamena Prajabhuta, Apasrijantu Snigdhani, is invoking two great rishis, and the sages are Kardama and Chiklita. And these two mantras are supposed to bring prosperity in the context of progeny, and which is also wealth. That is what we are talking about. All different types of wealth that are Kshema, Sthairya, Virya, Vijaya, Abhaya, Ayu, Arogya, Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Sat Santana, not ordinary Santana, Sat Santana. You know, children, the progeny, that is blessing, great blessing. This progeny is wealth, because without this progeny, how can the human being or any being is sustained on this cosmos is through progeny. Without having progeny, then there is no prosperity in the society. Now, if you look at the average age of different countries, It is scary. Average mean age of Japan is about 75 to 80 years. Mean age of Italy is 65 to 70 years. Mean age of America is about 50 to 60 years. Mean age of India is 14 years. Mean age of China is 11 years. You are understanding, following what I am saying? If you take the entire population and you calculate the mean age, how is the distribution and where does the mean of the population fall? That is what I am talking about. Human resources are very dramatically shifted across the whole universe. And hence, how do you support and sustain the whole, the workforce that is required on this earth to sustain the society? You require progeny. And if you don't have progeny, then what happens? The whole society will become senile and ultimately will become disabled, isn't it? Right? So, having progeny in the society is like a beautiful thing to have progeny. And you only know that when your children are grown up and gone from home, how boring life is. But when they are very young, you want them to get out of home also. And so both ways it works very incredible. Now when they become old and get out of their home, you are thinking about how beautiful they were when they were young kids. When they were young kids, they say, oh my God, what a pain this is, how much I have to tolerate all this, you are thinking. But enjoy the pain because you will not get it later on. Okay? It's a sweet pain to have the children. And these children, this progeny, is so important because that is the wealth for the society. And therefore what happened, when the society becomes senile, aged and disabled, then there is no prosperity in the society. Prosperity is the human workforce. You understand? Prosperity is the ability to have animals and to raise them, all the resources of the Mother Earth. This is prosperity. The prosperity is, that is what these mantras are actually invoking. These mantras are very beautifully elaborating how incredible it is to have all these kinds of wealth in such a balanced way. A complete social system that is required to sustain this Mother Earth and the progenies of the human beings forever. That is what the mantra is talking about. And now, when you are talking about this particular mantra, there is a very beautiful system of Sanatana Dharma is so complete. It is paripurna. There is no system as complete as this Sanatana Dharma. And from the time of actually accepting a woman in your life to bear as a field to sustain your progeny, to when you are cremated in the tomb, until then there are 16 samskaras that happens to the human being. And every time that this is happening, there is a Vedic ritual that is very important and significant in the life of a human being. And these are today completely forgotten. We have no context of what it is to receive a beautiful woman to bear your child. That is a great blessing. For that you go through, see now, I am not talking about myself here, so please forgive, don't misunderstand me. This is not like a self-promotion agenda here, but I want to only highlight this in the context of grace of Bhagavan, nothing else. See, when these mantras are being chanted, I was thinking, what is this beautiful system of progeny and how does this all start? And it starts with the man and woman coming together in Vivaha. Vivaha means a marriage. And this Vivaha, the term Vivaha, when I was thinking about all of this, Bhagavan gave me the opportunity to perform the wedding of a couple last Sunday in Half Moon Bay. I've never done marriages or any of these rituals. Now this I'm only saying His grace. His grace is so profound. When you are connected to the mantra and you are experiencing the beauty of the mantra, oh, you want to really experience what it is? Here, go do the wedding of this couple. and I have to be the priest, and I have to do the Vivaha performance, the wedding ceremony of this couple in Half Moon Bay last Sunday. Then it occurred to me, why did this happen to me? Because I was not even, this was a big story, I don't even want to get into that. But it is a miracle that happened, which was a great, blessing upon myself, that Swami said, oh, you are teaching this mantra about what it is to have a progeny and how important it is. Now tell me what more we really want to know, that every time that this Veda class is happening, he is doing some miracle or the other, because here he is present and witnessing. He is the director. Karanam, Karanam, Karta, Vikarta, Gahano Guha. Everything is Bhagavan only. And then I had to actually panic. All this happened on Friday evening, Saturday. And I had to change my flight to Europe, and I have to go through lot of, of course he managed all of the rest of the stuff. This girl actually wrote to me back in February saying that, uncle, this is not formal yet, we have not announced it to the public, but I want you to come and do my wedding. I don't want a priest. And I wrote back to her saying, Amma, I'm very sorry, I don't do any of this stuff. I'm not a priest. I don't want to even pretend that I know any of this stuff. So kindly go seek a priest. And also I won't be in town that week. I'm going to Europe. So I won't be present in the town. So that's where it ended. But then what happened? Lot of drama he created and made sure, oh, whose will it is, not your will. It is my will. And he exactly matches this with these two mantras. What is the last mantra? Kardamena prajabhuta Mayi sambhava kardama Sriyam vasayame kule Mataram padmamalini. That mantra is actually talking about, may this auspiciousness, Sri Devi, manifest in the clan of myself through my progeny. Now, if you really look at this mantra, who is the progeny? The progeny is the blessing of God. When you actually receive this progeny as blessing of God, how would you treat a prasadam that somebody said, this is Bhagavan's prasadam materialized by him, please accept it? Will you mistreat it? Will you ill-treat it? You keep it so auspicious. It is a precious gift that God has given you, this progeny. And therefore what you do, this is not my property, it is his property. I am just the caretaker, and therefore what you do, you take care of your children as the prasadam of Bhagavan. Now here is also saying, prasadam also means Yannada Kanda, you are so cute, lovely, killy, all that, not all of that stuff. You have to also be disciplining them. You are the caretaker, the guardian. Just like you protect a sapling with a fence around it so that no animal will come and eat it, you become that guardian protection around this beautiful progeny. Ensure that the values are passed from this progeny to next progeny to next progeny. See, the importance of what these mantras are talking about is the value system of what is progeny. Now you all know Lalita Sahasranama. The entire Lalita Sahasranam, why did mother became Sriman Mahadevi, Srimata, Sri Maharagni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari? Because the demons Bhandasura and his brothers Vishukra, Bhandasura, there are three brothers. These three brothers are very powerful people, very powerful Rakshasas. When Brahma came to give the boon they asked was that there should be no happiness in the society and there should be no reproduction anymore in the society. This is the boon that they asked, so that the whole progeny will decline and they will be the kings forever. Now, see, the Rakshasas, when you read this Purana, most smartest people, the kind of boons these guys are asking, even Silicon Valley intellects cannot come anywhere close to them. No venture capitalist or vulture capitalist can be so profoundly intelligent to ask a boon like this. Then what happened? then the Manmadha, the one who is responsible for the creation, that creates the love and friendship between the couple, when that guy is withdrawn, then what happens? There is no interest between the couple, and then what happens? There is no progeny. Now, see, what is progeny? Oh, children. Okay. Children. Parents and children. Okay, progeny means children. Sorry, I'm carried away by big words. I should be looking at the little guys in the class. Progeny means children. Now, what this mantra is saying is, to have progeny is the grace of God. And now this mantra is invoking Chiklita, who is one of the, supposed to be according to Puranas. Now, yesterday I was studying Aruna Prashna, and very beautifully in Aruna Prashna it says, in order to know the divine, there are 4 methods of actually understanding the divine. Just like a scientist has different tools to do the experiment and create and conduct an experiment, get the results and draw the inference from it in order to interpret the phenomenon of the nature. Similarly, to know the divine, people are blessed with 4 tools. When it is Smriti, then it is Pramana, then there is Itihasa, and there is Anumana. Those are 4 Sanskrit words. I will translate them. Smriti is, contemplation. You have to have Smriti, and you have to contemplate on what? Contemplate on the significance of these mantras. For what? For how this mantra can enable me become a better person. That is all it matters. These mantras are not for anything else. You sit in front of God and ask a bunch of boons, daya karo, wo karo, ye karo, this karo, that karo, and giving action items to the fellow. Right? It is not about that. This mantra is talked about Chiklita. Now Shruti, then I said Itihasa is the another way of knowing. Itihasa means all the scriptures, the epics. When you know Ramayana, when you know Mahabharata, when you know Bhagavata, when you know all the Puranas, when you are at least reading them to understand, there are stories that are described there, and those stories give you insight about the Vedas, because it's very difficult to directly comprehend the substance, right? Directly comprehend the Shrutis and directly comprehend the Vedas. All these Puranas are, now the Purana I was talking about, Lalita Sahasranama, is Brahmanda Purana. And in that Brahmanda Purana, there is a description of how this guy asked for these boons and how this Manmadha started disappearing from the universe. And then there is a lack of progeny. Then the mother comes, and the mother, out of Chit-Shakti-Chetana Rupa, Jadashaktir Jadatmika, Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, Devakarya Samujjata. Navratris are coming. Now mind is already getting prepared towards that. Now then what is this Chit-Agni Kunda Sambhuta? Then from this consciousness of the greatest of all the gods, demigods, when they worshipped, all the energies of their conscience created this beautiful thing called Lalita Mahadevi. And that Lalita, when she came out, then she went and of course annihilated, abolished this Bhandasara Vadhot Chukta Shakti Sena Samandita. Now all these Vishukra Prana Haranavara Hivin. Now when you read this Lalita Sahasranama, you have to ask the question, what is this mantra really mean? You have to have that inquisitiveness to go and do research and ask, how is it all these, what is the purpose and point of all these mantras? And for that, absolutely no problem, you can use Google. But you will get 15,000 different kinds of such results, and you have no idea which one to choose and which one to understand. Therefore, you will be more confused. When the confused come in front of the confused and talk about confusion, there will be a lot more confused that are created. And this is what is happening in today's society. And people don't even have which one to follow and what to be actually reading about. But if you really understand what is the purpose of these mantras, it is nothing and nothing but realization of the self. It is only for your spiritual growth. It is for nothing else. Now what is the meaning of this mantra? One more time. Apa
Srujantu Snigdhani Chiklita Vasame Gruhe Nija Devi Mataram Shriyam Vasayame Kule
Chiklita, the favorite. Now I will tell the interpretation of the mantra as it is written literally. Literally what this mantra means, Chiklita, the favorite son of Sri Mahalakshmi. When you are present here, automatically, since you are the favorite son of her, she will also come and stay in my place when you are present. And through the presence of both of you, may my clan have a progeny, and let the divine waters stimulate friendship. That is the meaning of this one. Apaha srujantu snigdhani. Snigdha means friendship. Apaha means waters. Apasrajantu snigdhani. Let the divine waters stimulate friendship. Chiklita vasame gruhe. May Chiklita come and reside in my home. Nicha Devi Mataram. This mother of this Chiklita, Devi, Sriyam, who is that Sri Devi, Sriyam, Vasayame Kule, may also she reside throughout my clan. This is the meaning of the mantra. Does it make any sense to people? Huh? Hello. Let waters stimulate friendship. Apaha means water, divine waters, celestial waters. May they stimulate friendship. How can water stimulate friendship? Huh? Are you making sense? Hello? Yeah. Yopam pushpam veda pushpavan prajavan pashuman bhavati chandramaba apam pushpam pushpavan prajavan pashuman bhavati. My connection with this word Apaha was when we were learning Mantra Pushpam 2006, 2007, 2006, 2006, and it's a long story. I won't go into too much of that, because only to point out this beautiful principle of, again, not about myself, but the grace of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. How incredible Bhagavan's grace is. When you do the work of Bhagavan, you have no clue what you are up to. And I will tell you, I always ask the question, what is it that, why he has to choose very, very ordinary people and make these things happen? Because if extraordinary people do those things, it's not a miracle, isn't it? Any great guy, like when Brother Murali came and shared, any great guy can, like Gandikota Subramanya Shastri Garu, great scholars, for them to compose these Veda mantras or to Sai Gayatri, Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi, that was the vision of this great Veda Pandit, Gandikota Subramanya Shastri Garu. On the evening of Christmas Eve, Bhagavan was sitting in Vrindavan, and he had a vision of, he was a mantra drashta. He saw Sai Gayatri. He didn't compose Sai Gayatri. He saw Sai Gayatri. Bhagavan was looking at him, and suddenly he said, Shastri, come up, tell everybody what you experienced. And then he said, Om Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Now, when he experienced this mantra, what was it that he saw? So why I am saying, for a great Veda scholar and one who lived and experienced Vedas, to get Sai Gayatri, for me, it's grace of God, but it is not a big miracle, isn't it? It's not a big miracle, because he is already a great learned scholar, and entire life he studied Vedas. Now what did he experience? He said, now I understand this principle of Sai, Vidmahe Sai Ishwaraya. This principle of the divine principle of Sai Ishwara. What is that divine principle of Sai Ishwara? He is truth, absolute manifest. Satya Devaya Dhimahi. Cognize that He is the truth, absolute. And this truth is that He is all pervading in every single being in this cosmos. Tanna sarva prachodaya. What did he experience? He saw that the divine light from Bhagavan has went and engulfed, and everybody in that hall was just immersed in this beautiful light that is emanating from Bhagavan. That's what he had the vision of Sai Gayatri. It's a vision. It's not, these mantras are visions. They are not simple compositions. That is the difference between Veda mantras and any other scriptures. These are absolutely not human compositions. They are absolute truths manifested. Now why I am coming to this? Yopam Pushpam Veda. The one who knows the flowers of the waters. Yopam Pushpam. A book idiom. For the first time I was learning about this Mantra Pushpam. This was the book back in 2006. Everybody was very religiously following, because this was published from, at that time, people were very much, interested in learning, and it was a great service that was done to the by Brother Rupak, and brought about this book with the mantras and the meaning. And the meanings sometimes are given completely literally. Where is this? Maybe it's not. 131.
That's probably a different one. That book has.
It's 260.
Okay.
260.
Mantra Pushpam.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yopam Pushpam Veda Pushpavan Prajavan Pashuman Bhavati. One who knows, okay, where is this? Yeah. One who knows the secrets of waters and flowers. One's heart blossoms and he becomes rich in progeny and cattle. When one knows the sacred and mysterious relation among the moon, the waters and the flowers, one's heart blossoms and he becomes rich in progeny and cattle. I read this, I had no clue what this really meant. What is this moons and flowers and waters and secrets, all these things. See, it's all completely encrypted. And what happened was, in this, I think there was a article about this in Heart to Heart, Mantra Pushpam, the multi-faith prayer. And I made an announcement in the Sai Center saying that we were all going to Puttaparthi as a pilgrimage, and I said, as part of the pilgrimage, we will all be knowing Mantra Pushpam, a multi-faith prayer. That's what I said in the center announcement. Because I was the center president at that time, and you become this Maikasura when you are the center president, and you hold the mic and you keep on announcing, because you have the opportunity. Nobody has the mic. Me, I have the mic. So when I came home, my wife said, what is this you said in the center today? I said, what did I say? Do you know what you talk when you have the mic in front? I said, no, I am the Maikasura. I have no clue. You said that Mantra Pushpam is a multi-faith prayer. How can Mantra Pushpam be a multi-faith prayer? Does it make sense to you? I said, really? I said that? Oh my God. I had no clue. Actually, I had no clue I said that. That night, because the center is actually Sunday evenings, after dinner, I sat in front of Bhagavan and I said only one thing and one thing. When in your center, I am in front of a mic, you are the MC, you are the director, there should be no untruth that is spoken in front of you, because you are Satyadeva. If I said this by mistake, you should forgive me, but I said whatever I should have spoken holding the mic in front of you, it is truth, because there is absolute, in the presence of the Supreme Satya Sai, He is the absolute God personified. I may sound like a fanatic and people may get offended when I say this, but that's my own experience. I'm not imposing it upon anybody, but I am saying that is my experience. He is God, absolutely God. Everything is divine, but God is Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. That's it. When I said this to him, and I went, it was, I don't even call, whether it is meditation, whatever you may call, Swami, there was a flower that opened with petals, and in the flower, in the center of this flower, like you see a flower where there is a center that is like a chrysanthemum, the center is like ball, right? In that ball, Swami was there, and all these petals were opened up. Swami said, okay, chant. And then I said, Yopam pushpam veda pushpavan prajavaan pashuman bhavati chandramava apam pushpam pushpavan prajavaan pashuman bhavati yayevam veda yopam ayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati. First Swami said, yes, Bangaru, Mantra Pushpam is a multi-faith prayer. When he said that, I was like, oh my God, are you making my word come true, or this is the truth? He said, no, this is absolute truth. Vedas are not about any one particular religion. Vedas are multi-faith. Every single faith that has come out in this universe has come from the basic principles of Veda. Absolutely no question about that. Then he said, all these words have meaning literal, meaning encrypted, meaning absolute. Vachyartha, antarartha, paramartha. Vachyartha means literal meaning. Antarartha is encrypted meaning. Paramartha is ultimate meaning. When there is that Vachyartha, the literal meaning, the only Pandits creates it now. There are a lot of great scholars who wrote literal meaning, and in my humble opinion, have done disservice to the humanity, because people read these literal meaning, they have no connection to the inner aspect of it, they are confused. Now, when he said Apaha, everybody interprets Apaha as water. Then flowers is actually the essence. He's encrypted. He's now giving encrypted meaning. Literal meaning of Apaha is water. And then he said encrypted meaning of Apaha is love. Flowers is equal to Pushpa, which is equal to essence. Moon is equal to Chandra. The moon, Chandramava Apa, Chandra. Literal meaning is moon, encrypted meaning is mind. Now, when you substitute those words with that encrypted meanings, Da Vinci Code, then the meaning of the entire mantra is so absolutely phenomenal. Yo apam pushpam veda. One who knows the essence of love. That is the meaning of that. Encrypted meaning now. Yo apam pushpam veda. The one who knows the flowers of waters is the literal meaning. But instead, when you look at the... Am I boring you? Are you all... Huh? When you are looking at the encrypted meaning, Yo apam pushpam veda means the one who knows the essence of love. Pushpavan, Prajavan, Pashuman, Bhavati. By knowing that essence of love, you become prosperous with progeny and cattle, all the different kinds of wealth. Now progeny, connection to the mantra, how it is connecting to the progeny. When you know the essence of love, you will become prosperous. Chandramava apam pushpam. The essence of love is the mind. Chandramava apam pushpam. Mind is the essence of love. That mind for which love is the basis, that mind is always prosperous and auspicious. Ya evam veda. This is all you need to know. Ya evam veda yo apa ayatanam veda. From this love, yo apaha ayatanam veda, yo apam ayatanam veda, ayatanavan bhavati. Once you know the essence of the love is manifested everything around you, that is what all you need to know, and by knowing that you become fully manifested. Ayatanavan bhavati, expansion consciousness. Now now you can imagine, this is not a dream, this is absolutely not a dream, because it's not like a state of, in dream, most of the time when you have a dream, it is not so explicit and vivid that you get these kind of things, right? So then Bhagavan asked me to chant the next mantra, Agnirva apam ayatanam ayatanavan bhavati, yo agnirayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati, apo va agnirayatanam ayatanavan bhavati, ya evam veda yopamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati. Then what happened? In the background, there was this beautiful chant, Mazda Atmoye Vahishta. There is this Zoroastrian prayer that was coming in the background. And in the background of that prayer, a fire bowl came and sat in one of the petals. Then Swami said, fire is the basis. The basis of fire is love. Agnirva apa ayatanam. From love originated fire. Then he said, not ordinary fire, sacrificial fire originated. And the essence of this fire in sacrifice is to annihilate what is evil, what is bad in thought, what is bad in word, what is bad in action. And this is the essence of Zoroastrianism. When you have this essence of Zoroastrianism, Agnirva apam ayatanam ayatanavan bhavati, basis of sacrificial fire is love. Apaha. Now, why I am talking about is Apasrajantu snigdhan. I can go on and on. You can read the article on Heart to Heart. If you go and type Mantra Pushpam Multi-Faith Prayer, then you will see in Heart to Heart journal, there is an article written about this. And in 2006, Bhagavan blessed this beautiful insight, which was a moment of transformation in my own consciousness, because that's when I connected to all the different religions are all the basis of love. What Bhagavan was saying, love, love, love. How is this love related to this beautiful, different faiths? Agnirva apamayatanam is connection to Zoroastrianism. Okay? Then Asamvai tapannapamayatanam is connection to Christianity. Chandramava apamayatanam is connection to Islam. Samvatsarova apamayatanam is connection to Buddhism. Then the fifth one, Nakshatraniva apamayatanam, is connection to Judaism. Star of David. Now in this vision, Bhagavan's face was in the center. As the mantra pushpam is getting chanted, with every mantra, each of these symbols started populating in this flower. And then suddenly he said, my symbol of his organization is Mantra Pushpam. That is the origin of the symbol of what you see Satya Sai organization with the different religions in these flower petals. This is the essence of, what is the essence of all of this? All of these religions, what is the essence? Love. Yo apam pushpam veda. Now, when you read this mantra, now let's come back to this. Apasriyantu snigdhani, let's chant one more time.
Apasriyantu snigdhani chiklitavasame gruhe nicha Shriyam Vasaya me Mule.
Now, apaha srujantu snigdhani. What is stimulating friendship?
Love.
There you go. Jala is what is called for water in Sanskrit. Ja means jayate. La means laya karate. From which it is born and from which it is dissolving into. This beautiful description of what water is, it's very important in a Sanatana Dharma. The very first thing that you actually invoke is divine waters. These divine waters, you put a kalasham and you pour water in it, right? Apova yadagum sarvam vishwa bhutanyapah pranava apah pashava apah apo annam amrutamapah sarvadapo viradapaschanda gushapo yaju gushapa jyoti gushapa satyamapa sarva devata apa bhur bhuva suvarapa om apa 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 in every single thing is water. Apa in every single thing is actually love. Because through love, everything got manifested. And through love, everything is present in complete synchrony and in friendship. Okay? Is it making sense now? When you do purification, you purify yourself with water, but you actually purify yourself with love. Apo hishtamayo bhuvah Sthanavurje dadhatana Maheranaya chakshase Yovashivata rasastasya Bhajayate hanaha Vishatiriva mataraha Tasma arangamamavum Yasya kshayaya janvadha Apo janayadhachana. This is Prakshana mantras. And every single thing in purification is with this apaha. Hiranyavarna sujaya pavaka ya sujata kasyapo ya svindraha agnim ya garbhandadhire virupasthana apashyagushona bhavantu yasam deva divikrinnanti bhaksham ya antarikshe bahudha bhavanti ya prithivim payansondanti shukrasthana apashyagushona bhavantu yasagum raja varuno yati madhye satyanrite apavasyagnanam madhuschuta suchayo yah pavakasthana apashyagu shona bhavantu sivena ma chakshusha pasyata sivaya tanuvo paspusatattvanchame sarvagum agnigum rapsushado huve voi marcho vo mai varcho balam ojo nidhatta. These mantras are Prakshana mantras that you are supposed to do in Sanjyavandanam. When you invoke this love into the waters, you invoke love into the water, and then you use that water. Now it is nothing but love, and through this love you purify yourself. Drupada diva munchatu drupada diven mumuchana svinnasnatva maladiva putram pavitrene vajjam apaha shuddhantu mainasaha. How many times apaha is coming? In every time you are using water as a symbol, as a marker, as a lakshana, as a symbolic associated with love. Therefore what happens in this mantra? It is saying apaha srijantu snigdhani. Love is stimulating friendship. If you don't have love, you don't have friendship. Today's the friendships are all sunken ships. Today we very simply call somebody friend. We actually don't have any clue what this word really means, friend. When you do this vivaha, you are accepting somebody, a very special friend, to join in your life. Vivaha. When you accept this somebody in vivaha, when what happened? She has become the field from which the entire progeny is going to be. So there is a incredible, the Hindu wedding ceremony, as they call it, in Sanatana Dharma, is so precious. And if you understand the meaning of this Hindu ceremony, which is conducted for 3 days, like they play cricket, and then what happens? You cannot, but after 3 days, are sitting in front of fire with some lady, who you have not even seen until 2 days or 3 days before, and they are going through all of this. You have to somehow adjust with her in life after all. There is nothing that you understand? It starts with that apaha srijantu snigdhani. He's getting the message. Then when you are accepting somebody in friendship, because with the basis of what? Love. Chiklita vasame gruhe. Now this Chiklita, referred to as the favorite son of Sri Mahalakshmi. Chiklita, see, these words are so powerful, because now I will tell you, I didn't know who Chiklita was. And so I was frantically searching on the Google who this Chiklita is. Every time I typed Chiklita, Google comes up with chocolate. Because there is no word like that. Google search is this what you are looking for? Chocolate. I said, no, I am not really looking for chocolate. I am looking for Chiklita. Then I started typing Sage Chiklita and Chiklita. And when you type Sage Chiklita, you get one or two, some discussions you get. Who Chiklita is? One guy was asking, well, we know that Ganesha and Kumaraswamy were the children of Shiva. What happened to Vishnu and Mahalakshmi? How come they don't have children? This is the question when somebody was... Then somebody is saying, hey, basically Chiklita is the son of Mahalakshmi and hopefully father is Vishnu. So all joking aside, basically there is nothing described in text about who Chiklita is. Then I started praying very intensely, what this Chiklita meant, Swami, what this Chiklita? Then Swami very beautifully explained in a dream. Chiklita is derived from the word Chitta. Chitta means consciousness, and the one who is Chiklita in this mantra is referring to Manmadha, the Cupid god. Who is Manmadha? That's what the children will ask. Don't ask your parents, they'll misguide you. So Manmadha is the god, the Cupid god, who stimulates love and friendship between the couple. Chiklita iti vishruta apasrajantu snigdhani Chiklita iti vishruta Chiklita vasame gruhe. When love is the basis of friendship, through that friendship you invoke Manmadha. Manmadha is now residing in your home. When Manmadha is residing in your home, there is always, first made for each other, they say. Then second is, mad for each other. Third is mad at each other. So when you have Manmadha, you will be only made for each other, mad for each other. No, mad at each other. Okay? So that won't happen. If that happens, that's okay. That's also in, crazy madness. Okay? Don't worry about that. It is different type of romance. So the context of Chiklita Vasame Gruhe is then what happens? When you have love in the home, when you have friendship in the home, then the beautiful Cupid god is part of your home. Then what happens? There is prosperity and progeny in your home. You are completely a productive person. Then Nicha Devim Mataram Sriyam Vasayame Kule. Then the mother goddess, auspiciousness through the children. See how beautiful when you have children, you make them into Krishna, you decorate them, you play with, you do all kinds of things with them. Of course they hate it after when they grow up. Well, how come you did all these things to me? But anyway, there is all these beautiful things that happen, right? You are surviving, you are waking up early in the morning only to take them to Kuman class, this class, that class. Otherwise you will be sleeping until 10:30 in the morning. They are the force behind, the life force behind you. This is the context of this mantra, which is basically invoking now love, friendship, and the presence of the beautiful Cupid god, Manmadha, Chiklita Vasame Gruhe. And when all these three things are present in your home, the mother auspiciousness Mahalakshmi is automatically present in the home. Not just the home, through the entire progeny, she will be present. The auspiciousness will be present. Let's chant the mantra one more time.
Apasrajantu siddhani Shiklindavasane Gruhe Nicha Devi Mataram Sriyam Vasayame Kule.
The other aspect about this mantra is when we chanted the Gandhadvarandura Darsham, I said Panchopachara Puja, 5 different types of worship are invoked in these mantras. When we talked about Gandhadvarandura Darsham, Nitya Pushtankarishinim, Ishwarigum Sarvabhutanam Tam Iha Upahvaye Sriyam. This mantra, you invoked the element of, what is the element? The 5 elements, what is the element invoked through Gandhadvaram? Earth. Yeah. Kotesa is paying attention. Rest of you guys, you are lost or what? I mean, is this class like too heavy for you, or you are drowned or blissed out or whatever? Gandhadvarandra Darsham is the Mother Earth element, and the property of earth element is smell. Manasak Kamama Kutim is offering the flower. Now, I didn't explain how flower is symbolic of Akasha Tattva. Okay? Space. Thought is space. When you talked about Manasak Kamama Kutim, Vachas Satyam Asimahi, that mantra is about offering the flower, and the thought is nothing but the element of space. Making sense? What is the property of space? I went through this. You have to be now quick on your feet. We said property of earth is smell. Main property. It has 5 properties. The main, the primordial property of earth is smell. The primordial property of space is sound. Now, Manasak Kamama Kutim, why is flower associated with sound? When you say, I said, Lam Prithvi Tattvatmaka Yei, Gandhan Samarpayami, Ham Akasha Tattvatmaka Yei, Pushpam Samarpayami. Right? Why is sound represented by flower? It's a very important question, no? Because the others are very simple. Yam, Vayu Tattvatmaka Yei, Dhupam Samarpayami, Vayu, smell, Dhupam, smell, connection. Vayu Tattvatmaka Yei, Dhupam Samarpayami. Then there is the, I said Gandha is not smell, I'm sorry. Gandha is the feeling, Sparsha. It is the coolness. When you offer Chandanam, you feel cool. So the property of earth, and it is not smell, the property is a feeling, touch. Then the property of, main property of Akasha is sound. And then the main property of Vayu is smell. Then only you can recognize that there is, when there is wind blowing and it comes through a stream of flowers, then what happens? You find the fragrance, it is carrying that. Then there is the Vam Amrita Tattvatmakaye Naivedjam Samarpayami. Then that is Rasa, which is Naivedjam. That Manasak Kamama Kutim mantra is primarily about Akasha Tattva, because thought is in space, and that space has the sound. Vachas Satyamasimahi. Sound is associated with word. Therefore, that mantra is invoking Akasha Tattva, sound. This mantra, these 2 mantras are invoking Jala Tattva. Jala is water. Apasrajantu snigdhani. What is the primary context of the water? It is taste. Amrita Tattva. Amritam, water is the essence of life. Water is called the web of life. Right? So here in this water and life is associated with progeny. And therefore now you see how many different ways you actually connect to the mantra. Apasrayanta snigdhani is associated with amrutatva, immortality. How do you become immortal? You become immortal through the progeny. By replication you become immortal. Genetics is continuing, isn't it? Right? Without reproduction, then there is no continuation of the progeny. So amrita tattva is a continuation of the progeny, of the self, continuation of the self, and that is through apasrajanta snigdhani. Now let's close with chanting these two mantras together. Next week we will do the next two beautiful mantras which are easy to learn. Ardram Pushkarinim and Ardram Yahkarinim.
Kardamena praja bhuta mayi sambhava kardama Shriyam vasaya me kule mataram padmamalini Apasrujantu snigdhani chiklitavasame gruhe Nija devi mataram shriyam vasaya me kule
Om Shanti